Yeah, here we are going to see about the application point of a potentiometer. As we saw the principal construction, right? And here we are going to use the potentiometer as a comparison of EMF of two primary cells. So we are going to compare the EMF of two cells, right? So here I have variable rheostat, key and battery, and this setup is as we know that is a potentiometer, right? And from the starting point I am going to connect two batteries, right? Two cells I connected, namely E1 and E2. This is the positive side, this is the negative side, this is positive, this is negative. So here I mark okay, and here we should know about here we am using two-way keys. What is two-way keys? There is a key here and there is a one more key here, right? We can close any one key and the circuit will close and pass a current, or this key we can close and the current will flow like that. So that is the way of here we are using two-way keys, and the negative terminal of the both cells is connected to one key. This negative terminal is connected to open key B here. So far this open, and this one is connected to open key A, right? And the other side of the keys is connected to the point C. From this point to this, and here this point to this is connected to the point C. And from that C, this RB is indicating high resistance box, and from that other end of the resistance box I connected to galvanometer, and other side of the galvanometer is connected to jacky. Jacky is sliding over the wire, right? Now what I am going to do, first thing I am going to close this key. I am going to close this A, right? This B is still open. So what will happen? The current will flow from this primary cell E1, right? Okay. Now what I am going to do? So just I am closing this key A and using this jacky I am finding out null position. In that null position the galvanometer value shows 0, right? So at that point I noted as L1. So here I note down again to the basic principle of potentiometer, E1 is equal to K into L1 when AC is closed. Similarly, now I open this A and close this B. So the current will pass through from the second primary cell and high resistance box, galvanometer and jacky, right? So again I am going to slide over this jacky on this wire. At some point the galvanometer shows null point, right? The current flow becomes 0. So that point I mention as E2 is equal to K into L2. Now I am dividing this equation number 2 divided by equation number 1. So E2 divided by E1 is equal to K into L2 divided by K into L1. So I can cancel over K. So E2 divided by E1 is equal to L2 by L1. So we can compare the EMF with respect to their null point. Yes, L2 divided by L1. We can be able to easily compare this EMF of two primary cells. I hope you understand well. Similarly, we have one more application point we have, that is to find the internal resistance of primary cell. Yes, the second application of potentiometer to find the internal resistance of a primary cells. In the previous case we are comparing the EMF of two primary cells, right? Similarly here we are remove this one primary cells. Instead of primary cells we are connecting high resistance box, and here we are using only a single way key K2, right? And similarly we have the variable rheostat RH and key K1. Note down key is K1 and battery, and the positive terminal of the battery is connected to the one end of the potentiometer that I mentioned as the point A, and 1 meter distance using copper strips again connected in series, and similarly it goes up to the point B. From that other side of the B is connected to the variable rheostat. At that point A I connected one primary cells and one high resistance box, and the other side of the high resistance box is connected to key. The negative terminal of the cell is connected to key K2, and from that I connected galvanometer one side, the other side of the galvanometer is connected to jacky, right? Now what I am going to do, I am close this K1, key K1 I am closed, and this K2 is open, right? So using this jacky I am sliding over the wire. At one point the galvanometer shows null deflections. So at that point I noted V is equal to K into L1 when K1 is closed, K2 is open. Now what I am going to do, I am close this K2 and I set up some resistance value in that resistance box, right? So in that time again I use this jockey and slide over this wire and find out the null point, and at what position the null point is produced I note down, and I wrote E is equal to K into L2 when K2 is closed. Now I divide this equation divided by this equation. So E is equal to K into L2 whole divided by V is equal to K into L1. So this equation divided by this equation. Assume that this is equation number 1, this is equation number 2. So equation 2 divided by equation number 1. So E divided by V is equal to K into L2 divided by K into L1. And simply we can cancel over this K and wait for some time. As we studied, right, primary cells, the electromotive force E is equal to I into R plus R. So R is resistance that we know. What is small r? Yes, internal resistance small r. And we know that the Ohm's law V is equal to IR, right? Now substitute, instead of E is equal to I into R plus R, that equation I am substituting here I into R plus R. Instead of E I am using Ohm's law, IR is equal to K into L2 divided by K into L1. Now I can cancel over this K, and here I can cancel over I and I. And remaining factors we have R plus small r divided by capital R, which is equal to L2 by L1. And similarly R by R plus small r by capital R. R by R becomes 1 plus small r divided by capital R, that is equal to L2 by L1. And this one should goes to right hand side, that will gives R small r divided by capital R is equal to L2 by L1 minus 1, and take LCM this L1 and 1. So L2 minus L1 we should multiply by L1 and divide by L1, therefore L2 minus L1 whole divided by L1, right. So what we are going to find out, the internal resistance of that primary cell. Small r is equal to, just cross multiply of this R into L2 minus L1 divided by L1. If you know we set the resistance value, right, yes, in that high resistance box, and L2 when the key K2 is closed, L1 is when key 1 alone closed. So from that we can be able to identify the internal resistance of that primary cells. I hope you understand well, and see you in the next video. Thank you.